Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am really excited about this week's topic because when you are coming out of these relationships, I'm telling you, your self-esteem, your self-worth, like everything gets damaged when you come out of these relationships. And it is so incredibly important to learn how to really work on yourself and rebuild. There's still this lingering belief that being completely obsessed with yourself is a really bad thing. A lot of people will think, okay, well, if I'm obsessed with myself, then that means I'm narcissistic, it means I'm selfish, it means I'm self-absorbed, and it doesn't need to mean any of those things. It can actually be a really healthy and necessary thing. This is not about arrogance, this is not about being vain, this is not about being selfish where you're so into your own self and you can't ever put anyone else before. This is not about being so into yourself that you are completely selfish, you cannot be in relationships, you are constantly putting yourself above everyone else. That is not what this is about. This is about wholeheartedly working on yourself. And to some extent, you should be obsessed with yourself, because if you are not, no one is going to be obsessed with you either. In this week's video, I want to challenge all of the assumptions that we make when we think about being obsessed with ourselves. And I want to really talk about working on self-esteem, self-worth, and self-confidence after coming out of these types of relationships. This is a very, very crucial phase in your recovery. And if you do not do this work, you will make the same mistakes all over again. Being obsessed with yourself means that you are actually taking the time right now during this phase of your life to work on yourself. It means that you want to actually make improvements on how you feel, your outlooks on life, your goals, your aspirations, everything. This is not about just looking at the good stuff in the future. It is also about looking at the past, your flaws, your wounds, your insecurities, all the things that have led you to this point. It is about investing in yourself during this time of your life, whether you're single, whether you're still in the relationship, whether you were just newly divorced, newly separated, it does not matter. This video is here for a reason. You literally clicked on this because there's something inside of you that's craving the need to be obsessed with yourself. I know you know this, but when you have been codependent in relationships, when you have been wounded, when you have attracted just toxic people in your life, when you've been unhealthy yourself, when you have not been yet able to really achieve any of the things that you want in your life, and when you can actually acknowledge all of that and be honest with yourself, you have now reached this like new level of self-development, of working on yourself, this new level or new chapter of your life, and you can never go back to who you used to be. So you are very much at a turning point right now where you are either going to start doing the work or you are going to just default back to your old ways. This time in your life is about two fundamental things. It is going to be about growth and it is going to be about healing. And when you heal, you grow. When you grow, you heal. And you really need to be doing both. I don't care if you're a parent. I don't care if you're single. I don't care if you're in your 20s, your 30s, 60s, 80s. I don't care who you are, where you've been, what you've been through. These are the two things that are necessary in order for you to get to this next phase. Part of this is going to be educational, and part of it is just going to be that quick smack in the you know what that you need in order to kind of get yourself going. The truth is that you actually are a catch, and you have to start viewing yourself in that way. You have to start viewing yourself as someone who is capable, who is equipped to handle anything that comes her way or his way. And this is all about reprogramming. We are going to start reprogramming from within so we can start becoming a different version of ourselves. I want you to start focusing on your needs, your concerns, how you feel, and what it is that you're going through throughout each and every day as much as you possibly can. Again, remember, this is regardless of you being a daughter, being a sister, being a mother, being a father, being a worker, it doesn't matter. Throughout the day of you being these other people, you need to also be taking care of yourself. When you start to make yourself a priority, you begin to be obsessed with yourself, because when you start making yourself a priority and you're giving yourself the things that you actually need, you start to feel good about yourself. When you start to feel good inside, then you become obsessed with yourself. You want to keep doing this because you keep feeling this incredible high that you've always actually wanted to feel. As you start to kind of like feed yourself in this way, you start to come to this clarity that you are a good person, that you actually are deserving, that you actually are capable. You realize that you are attractive, that you are smart. and that you don't need to become something else or be something else in order to get the most fundamental basic thing that you're really craving, which is to feel good enough. Being obsessed with yourself is really about self-care. It's about monitoring your inner dialogue. It's about watching what are the thoughts that I'm actually feeding every single day. You are taking a huge amount of responsibility for yourself, and in a way that you have really truly never done before. When you start working on your inner self in this little way, you start aspirating for more. You want to set more goals. You want to achieve different things. You want to get out of your comfort zone because, again, you're starting to feel good in your own skin, and that's what this is all about. When you are coming out of these types of relationships, whether you're going through a divorce, whether you're going through a breakup, you are at your most vulnerable. And as you begin to rebuild, and this takes time and it is baby steps, you start to feel good and you start to want to actually rebuild and reconstruct and work on your life and change things and get things and have things. And all the while you're doing that, you're still maintaining your sense of self. As you become obsessed with yourself, you are going to start learning how to actually assert yourself in a really positive way. You're going to start asserting yourself not just with other people, but also within yourself. You're going to start being more disciplined with who you spend your time with and what it is that you're doing every single day. Are these things helping me? Are these things hurting me? You're going to start asking yourself really impactful questions that will start really dictating where your life goes next. Because what you're doing is you're starting to make better decisions on what feels good versus either habitual decisions that you were making in the past or making decisions based on who you thought you should be or what you thought you should be doing. You're going to definitely start monitoring that inner conversation where the criticism and the judgment and the shame and the devaluing, all of those things, you're going to start being so much more self-aware as to when you're actually doing those things, because guess what? That is the number one thing under the umbrella of emotional health that you are doing that is hurting you. This is regardless of a relationship, regardless of what you've been through, regardless of how someone else has damaged you or programmed you or whatever that looks like. This is about you acknowledging that regardless of those things, I need to take full accountability and responsibility for myself. And where it starts first is with that inner conversation. While you start doing this, you will just naturally start becoming your own cheerleader. You will start to become your own motivator. You will start to actually learn how to boost yourself up rather than putting yourself down. Because remember, a big part of what you're doing right now is you are rebuilding. You are kind of like, think of a caterpillar becoming the butterfly. Like you are in this cocoon, you are about to emerge as this person, but you cannot become that person without practice. You cannot just wake up one day and say, oh my God, I just love myself so much. Oh my God, I have the most confidence in the world. Oh my God, I feel absolutely amazing. Let me go set this goal and actually achieve it. It goes beyond just setting goals for ourselves and achieving them. It is not about the goal. It is not about getting from A to B or A to Z. It is about the little things that you're going to do every single day. Those are the things that are the most fundamental, and those are the things that are actually the hardest to do. Most people get just overwhelmed with going from A to Z. Most people don't know what it takes to go from A to Z. And if they do know what it takes to go from A to Z, they're going to not even start because the whole process is going to completely overwhelm them. The people that are the most successful in life are the people that understand the process and don't look at the overall goal. They look at the little things that they're doing every single day because they realize that those are the little things that are the hardest wins. And those are the things that don't take as much effort, but just take as much consistency. Becoming obsessed with yourself and really learning how to wholeheartedly love yourself means that you are starting to put yourself first in a lot of ways. Now, if you only have 20 minutes a day to put yourself first, okay, fine. If it's only 5 minutes, whatever. But regardless of being a mother, a father, a parent, someone who's in college, someone who's 75 and retired, it doesn't matter. It is about making yourself a priority. What do I need to do today to feel my best? Is it actually giving myself something? Is it taking the time to say, you know what, I'm just going to sit outside today and read a book. I'm just going to go for a walk. I am going to go to bed early. I am going to put the phone down and actually do something constructive. Is it maybe just practicing being in the moment and being present to what it is that you're doing? Even if it's something that you didn't necessarily want to do, but it's something that you know you have to do. Even those simple practices, so it's not about putting other people aside and saying, you know what, I said I was gonna bring you to the airport, but now I'm not going to because I'm gonna take myself out to lunch. No, it's about still being who you know you need to be, right? The mother, the friend, the daughter, the father, whatever. But it is about, even in the moment of doing those things, being so incredibly present, because that is where you're really going to start feeling light. You're going to start feeling content. You're going to start feeling happy because you're not chasing the next thing. As you start to really work on yourself, you accept that, and this is a very powerful place to be, when you really wholeheartedly accept that you are a human being and you are not going to do everything right every single time, that you have flaws, that you might feed that negative story and go down the rabbit hole, that you might let the fear and the self-doubt kind of get to you today. So it's not about learning how to do all of this and overcoming any fear, self-doubt, insecurity that you could ever possibly have. But it is about accepting that you are human and allowing yourself that grace and vulnerability to not be perfect. So look, if you can take away anything from this, I want you to learn how to get to know yourself again, how to give yourself the things that you need, how to stay present with where you are and who you're with. I want you to really start focusing on that inner conversation. That's going to be a huge part of your kind of overall well-being and really loving yourself in a super healthy way. And I want you to wholeheartedly learn how to truly be your own best friend. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to like and share with anyone who you think could use this video today, someone who's possibly having a bad day or needs a little boost in self-confidence and self-love. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care.